To discuss the State of the Union and, of course, the Democrats' response, I'm pleased to bring in Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn, a member of the Senate Judiciary, Senate Veterans Affairs, and Senate Finance Committees. Welcome in, Senator Blackburn. Always great to have you.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
I want to ask what it was like for you being in the chamber, that moment that everyone's talking about when President Trump said, stand if you support and agree that the first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, and the Democrats sat.
It is unbelievable they would not stand for their oath of office and protecting the American people, that they would sit. They would sit on this. And they, therefore, are for protecting illegal aliens, which is the second part of President Trump's statement. And I think that is a moment that, you know what, Bianca, those ads are going to write themselves for people that sat on their hands. And that is one of the things that we are hearing a lot about today on the phones. It is, how could someone who is elected to represent people say, I'm not going to stand for representing the people who elected me, but rather I have chosen other people who are not citizens, who are in our country illegally, maybe people that have defrauded the country, as we have seen in Minnesota, that they're not going to stand for those citizens.
You know, and speaking of Ilhan Omar from Minnesota, who was there was sort of this back and forth between her and President Trump. And later, Senator Blackburn, she writes on X that Donald Trump killed two of my constituents, saying he is a liar and should be ashamed of himself. Your reaction to her writing that, and also President Trump announcing J.D. Vance, he's going to be looking into all the fraud, our vice president charged with that task.
Yes, indeed. J.D. Vance, our vice president, is going to oversee this project. Today in Senate Judiciary Committee, we have a hearing for Colin McDonnell, who is being nominated as the Assistant Attorney General who will oversee this unit on behalf of the DOJ. Now, it is important to drill down on this and get to the bottom of what has happened with all of this fraud, and to figure out why the governor, the mayor, the attorney general in Minnesota turned a blind eye to this and let it go on and on without doing anything about it.
You know, the men's hockey team winning, bringing home the gold. There was obviously a lot of patriotism, chants of USA. So that is a contrast to some of the other messages, especially Abigail Spanberger's Democratic response after the Virginia governor, sort of a doom and gloom message. You really could see a contrast. And I want to ask you, because Virginia's considering a bill to tax dry cleaning, dog grooming, gym membership. So when they're putting up Spanberger in such a prominent role to give this response, seeing as her as the future perhaps of, you know, the Democrat Party, what do you make of her policies here that are going to tax hardworking Americans? And really the whole contrast between hardworking Americans and the pride that we have in our country that even the left could not come forward to with the U.S. hockey men's team.
Last night, President Trump's speech was so positive, so optimistic, so focused on belief in America and what our country has accomplished in 250 years, and celebrating winning and celebrating the goodness of the American people. And I loved having the hockey team there and having them hold up those gold medals. And then I loved the fact that the president recognized the service that so many of our military have given and the way they have chosen to fight and defend our freedoms, to save their fellow man. All of that was so inspiring. And then you hear the Democrat response that once again, it's frowns, it's all poor victimization. It is, let us increase your taxes. We want to tax hardworking people more so we, the elite that are in control of your government, can take your money and accomplish what we, the elite that they are, want to accomplish. And that is what you heard in Abigail Spanberger's rebuttal. It was a very weak rebuttal. She came from an elitist point of view and really condescended to not only the American people, but the people of the Commonwealth of Virginia that she was elected to serve.
Senator Blackburn, want to get your thoughts on this. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani and New York Congressman AOC have a new ad where they are asking people to sign up for free childcare. You can be illegal. It doesn't matter your income. In here, it is all in Spanish.
Hola.
Mi español no es el mejor.
No, no te preocupes, alcalde. Si su hijo o hija está cumpliendo 3 o
So
4
who
años
pays for
en
this?
2026.
The taxpayers again. Your reaction to this push?
Well, what we know is the Democrats are hard at work trying to make illegal legal. So here they go again. And they're trying to get people to go sign up for free child care. Well, somebody's going to be paying for that child care. And we know Zohran Mamdani is on a tear, if you will, to tax people that are wealthy, to tax businesses. And this is why you are seeing individuals and companies exit New York City at the most rapid rate in recent history.
Senator Blackburn, there's a major case, as you know, in California. The woman who is bringing it will take the stand today. Landmark social media trial claiming Meta, Google, affected her mental health as a child, issue of depression. If this is successful, it obviously opens the door to other challenges and other pushback to social media. Where do you stand on this important issue? You've always been for protecting children. Is there accountability, responsibility for big tech?
It is so interesting to me that last week during this trial, there was a poll that came out. 86% of the American people think that big tech should be held responsible for the harms to young people and their mental health. The issues of anxiety, depression, so many issues, behavioral issues, eating disorders. People find the genesis of that in these social media applications. So people think they should be held to account. Now, we're continuing to push the Kids Online Safety Act. It is broadly bipartisan. There are 75 co-sponsors in the Senate. Last year, it came out of the Senate 91-3. We look forward to getting that through the House and getting it to the president's desk for his signature.
As I said, always a champion to protect the most vulnerable. Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn, we appreciate your thoughtful comments today, and I hope you join us again here soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.